It is that silence after a bad trade, that quiet moment when the market has moved against you and you realize that you are just following noise and not knowledge at all. That moment is always a moment that separates a lot of OG traders from the gamblers in the market. And the reality is that I have lived through it. As I remember back in 2018, I was sitting quietly in my room right from the oil city of Warri here in Delta State. And the noise of the city, the generator was there. My phone was in my hand as I was checking the blockchain transactions that were supposed to be for a particular cryptocurrency called the billion coin. And a few minutes after I received a call, I came to understand that what I had thought was going to be the next Bitcoin had just made me broke because all of my savings that I made while I was an entrepreneur in school had put it into that opportunity. And people had now lost some confidence in me because I also told some people about it. And I also lost confidence in myself. However, I had some Bitcoin in one blockchain.com wallet, and I noticed that my balance also dipped that period. So the two things they were just doing me like every, everything was ending. I tried to sell off that TBC. Nobody tried to buy. Nobody wanted to buy. They did not even care. I was broke and embarrassed. However, one voice, silent voice in me, was just telling me that this thing that is happening to you is not punishment. It's revealing the gap and the lapses where you are lagging in this particular technology. So I decided to go for knowledge. I read some of Andreas Antonopoulos' book, Internet of Money, and I realized that I had just been reacting to rumors instead of commanding information. Because when I read some other books like decentralization and some books that were relating to Bitcoin, blockchain, decentralized technology, I now saw that was the reason why a lot of traders and people like me would be breaking in such a system. And the reality is that when we start small, we will stay small, not because the opportunity in this technology is not there or is missing, but because our mind is not refined and is not expanded enough to grow because we have not yet assimilated that information. So that night I made a vow that I will not chase any next Bitcoin again. I would now start learning how money is moving in the market. And that's where my real story now began. That was where my real story began from. So I knew that I was not meant to be a hustler. I wanted to engineer the market. So I truly now became one. I started from now learning very deep. When I say learning very deep, I became a certified blockchain architect. I became a certified metaverse expert. I became an author of 5 books. I started doing public speaking on international stages, international TVs, channels TV, in Africa TVs, builder, and I started building OTC exchange apps for people that can connect Africa and global financial markets. Started introducing people to my network of power. And from that journey, we started also scaling what we had with the Vorum OTC. So Vorum OTC is not just any crypto deck. It's a system where you have a lot of network of people that you trust, who have liquidity flowing in our community and network. And we are smart because we have experience to fend off anything that we do not want. So I'm going to give you the 5 laws to scale your trading today. Number one, the law of stillness. You don't need to chase momentum in the market. A calm trader sees what the crowd is missing. How do I mean a calm trader sees what the crowd is missing? You might be in the market and somebody would put a market there and it's trying to ask for rates. You go and bid for the rates. You can look at it and know that you yourself you are the one that will get this trade because you know the arsenal that you have and the network of people behind you to ensure that that trade is a success. So why everybody is looking at that trade like it does not make sense. You have picked up the trade and you have made your spread of 50 naira, 100 naira, and you are when you multiply it by the volume, that's millions already being secured in the bag. Number two law is the law of structure. There's something we did that helped us scale. We built a 247 OTC system that ensures that even in the night, midnight, our OTC desk is available. If you chat us by 2 a.m., we will respond to you, we will take your trade, we will pay you instantly. I do not have to be awake or available. I automated that process. So we structured that and then we started doing more adverts so that when trades come during those times, we will be able to take it. We will not disappoint our customers. There was a day something happened internally here at Warren. One of our customers was being spoken to rudely by our internal staffs. And we had to caution that internal staff that imagine that the if the customer you did not because the customer knew the person self. Sometimes there is an African proverb that familiarity breeds contempt. He was talking to the person like that, and we rebuked the person and ensure that the person honors the customer first because customer is king. So we set structures in place before we scale so that we don't go into the business based on emotion, but only based on progress. Lottery is a law of liquidity. I want you to know that you should be a safe place for capital. There is a trade I'm currently on now, almost $4,000 Amazon, and the people they have seen us as a safe place for their capital, and we are loading it at our pace. And When you have money in the market, you'll be able to practice this fourth law, the law of timing, because with you having that type of liquidity as emphasized in law theory, recently the market rate was 1,409, and today it's 1,470. Imagine in the last 24 to 48 hours you bought at 1,409, you'd have made so much money. Because one of the laws of trading is that buy when the market is fearful and sell when the market is excited. So that point, you would have noticed that the market is so fearful, you would have bought, and you would have leveraged that to be able to make money, which is law 5, the law of leverage. The law of leverage. Peace is your profit. The calmest trader, they are the ones that what always win. You don't want to be trading with that type of panting heartbeat. You understand? It's not what you need. So let's move very fast. What's the institutional secret? Retail traders chase dramatic price movement. Institution build consistent liquidity that generate predictable returns regardless of market condition. Volatility creates stories while liquidity creates wealth. Bank profits from flow, not from fear. See, that's what I'm telling you. Buy when the market is what? Fearful. Stable system beats spectacular trade. Volume compounds silently while volatility screams loudly. A trader must always become the market. He must not just trade the market. You have to be spiritually sensitive. If you don't have peace with a trade, don't take it. Don't just chase any news in the market. You may face hack, you may face losses, you may even face doubt after losing some trades. But here's the truth, your real edge is not speed. Like I said again, your superpower it becomes spiritual sensitivity. You already feel it once the market is shifting against you. So once you are sensing that energy, go and confirm data. Is the rate right? Is the rate right? Is this person verified? Have this person vouched? Don't overthink it so that you will not underperform. Don't chase money. Like I always say, command value, because money chases order. So how we scale like bank is what you are seeing now on your screen. And I would communicate this very clearly for our listeners. One is our trust infrastructure. We do high level of KYC, multi-layer verification. Two is the liquidity pool that we always keep. We have enough liquidity that help us to buy, even though it's 10 billion, $30 billion. The other day we just supplied $19 million to one of our customer. So you can predict the type of profit we can make from that. If we make only 2 naira, that's 38 million. Wow. Kapapure keke suda usada. Yes. You see that transaction will now start strengthening your entire ecosystem. So you must move from panic to commanding the market. You might be doing it the old way, but that's not what we want to do at Rem. We don't gamble, and we don't want you to also do that. We want you to start engineering trust from today, start attracting people from today. We have served fintech platform, small and medium scale enterprises, investors, just using our proven system. So if you are looking for high rates and you don't want to be ripped off, Vorem is your go-to place for peace, for speed, and for easy trade. I want you to become the market today. Become the market today by joining the inner circle. And that inner circle, I promise you that you will not just experience a platform, you will experience a brotherhood of builders that understand that peace is the highest form of profit. Your money will be safe as you trade with the best and fastest OTC platform in Africa. So I'm inviting you to stop trading like the 90% of people that are staying small and start building very fast and scaling high, like the 10% who have scaled like banks and become the part of the 1% conscious minority, as your profit will now start coming because you have peace. You already know that peace is the highest form of profit. This is Rume Dominic, founder, chairman of Vorem OTC, your wealth architect and blockchain engineer. Until next time, my very good friends, see you. And send a DM OTC to be able to join in, just like as you have seen on the screen.